So this right here is a very strange but interesting topic. So let's go into it.
Approximately 2016 hours, dispatchers received a 911 call from a subject who spoke Spanish. The caller told dispatchers he was shot, but he did not know the location he was at, and it appeared the call ended. Dispatchers tracked the phone via latitude and longitude coordinates to a remote area in the unincorporated Adelanto area near Lessing Avenue. Due to the remote location, California Highway Patrol airship assisted our deputies and conducted an extensive search. Once overhead the area, officers discovered a crime scene and what appeared to be multiple gunshot wound victims, two vehicles, and one of the vehicles was apparently shot, had multiple gunshot strikes in it. The two vehicles were a Dodge Caravan and a Chevy Trailblazer. At approximately 20:40 hours, deputies from the Victor Valley Station arrived on scene and located 4 deceased males with severe burns. A 5th deceased male was located in the Chevy Trailblazer, and a 6th deceased male a short distance away who sustained a gunshot wound. Our sheriff's homicide investigators assumed the investigation to process the scene and find those responsible for these heinous acts of violence. Investigators believe Franklin Bonilla was the subject who called 911 after being shot by the suspects. To give you a timeline, it took us about a day and a half to process the extensive crime scene with 6 deceased victims, multiple vehicles, and to collect the evidence. We also had to work with the Sheriff's Coroner's Division to perform the autopsies on the 6 victims to determine cause of death. I can confirm all victims had apparent fatal gunshot injuries. Additionally, 4 of the 6 were burned at the location by the suspects. As far as the motives, we are confident that this appears to be a dispute over marijuana, which resulted in the murders. Our investigators combed through evidence collected at the scene and followed up on information provided by the community.
So this is not normal at all. As you can see, this is one of my first times covering a topic similar to this, so this is definitely very, very interesting to me. I'm not used to seeing stuff like this, but I hope this isn't common. As you can see, this is supposed to be related to cannabis, and I have my doubts, but at the same time, I don't. I definitely think that this right now is a very lucrative business, and it is definitely something that a lot of people are trying to jump into, and they're trying to get away from other different crimes that they were doing in the past. So it is definitely something that is extremely valuable right now, and it's definitely attracting some of the wrong people. So maybe that's the case right here, but also it definitely appears to me as if this is just a extremely strange situation. It's extremely strange how this played out in the manner that it did. It definitely appears as if cannabis was the thing that they were trading or selling to involve cash, then it definitely appears that cash was the overall end-all be-all thing that they killed over. So it's crazy that they say cannabis, but at the same time, it's very possible. I do know that there is a large amount of grows that are getting taken over by cartel members right now, which is just amazing. It is definitely scary to see, but it is also something that happens when they have situations like they do at the border, or like they do just overall in this country at the moment. So this is a very interesting topic to cover, and I would love your feedback. Would you guys think that this is a cannabis related topic? Do you think that this is definitely related to cannabis? Do you think that the news might be relating it to cannabis just to make cannabis look bad again? Or do you think that this is just one of those situations that has to happen when people are selling stuff illegally? Because this is definitely a strange scenario where clearly the people were killed in a way where it seems as if it was more on some mafia, almost like organized crime type style killing. It's clearly not just some provoked argument or something like that. It looks like this was pre-planned. They brought these people out there and did what they did to them, which is sad to say, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is something that we can't hide from. It is what happens on a daily basis. So topics like this need to be covered, and I hope I gave it justice. I hope that this is definitely a topic that we can look at in a in a light that we can learn from, not just look at as, oh wow, that's sad or bad. It's definitely something we can learn from. It's definitely a interesting situation. So what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments.